Okay, we're going to do false eyelash application, and as a reference in the Milady textbook, you want to turn to chapter 24, and we have page 840 starts the application steps, showing you what things that you will need. You're going to have everything set up. We have the eyelashes. I have both the strip and the individual lashes laid out. Tweezers. You want to make sure you have lash adhesive. We have the Ardell lash adhesive, and I also have the tube, okay, the stick-on adhesive. Individual ones, Q-tips, orange wood stick, and eyelash curler. So you would begin by brushing the client's eyelashes. First of all, you're going to have her draped. You're going to check, do all of your other things. And then you want to make sure that you remove the makeup. You also want to curl the eyelashes before you begin. You want them clean. Make sure the lashes are clean, free of any debris. You want to curl them with an eyelash curler before you apply, which does help for your lashes to be able to stay on better and gives them a better balance since you do have the curve. We're going to do the strip lash.
Doing this on another person is so weird.
It is hard to do it on somebody else, and it takes a little bit of practice, so. You want to use the tweezers to remove your lash from your package. You want to first of all measure the lash to make sure, oh, I needed my little scissors too, I didn't have that out. Manicure scissors, the little stork shears, or little manicure shears will be fine. But you're going to take the strip out, measure it along the lash line. Now look at the lashes. Oopsie. Whoops. You have sometimes, if there's one that's tapered more in the middle, that would go to the inner side. So you kind of have to look to see which is. These may not. These may be the same either way.
This one has, it seems like there may be a little bit.
Yeah, there you go. You can see the taper. So you want to make sure that that one would be on the inner part of the eye. So she's going to lay those up to see. Close your eye, and you want it right at the lash line, using your orange wood stick to kind of put it in place if you need to, or your fingers. You don't want to go any wider than the lash line itself. So measure it up, and if you would need to, take it off to snip off the edge. You don't want to snip it when it's on the eye. Number one, safety hazard. Number two, you could accidentally cut their real lashes.
That's a safety hazard. I want to tell a story so bad right now.
So you want to adjust the length, trim the outer edge of the strip band. Do not trim the inner part because it's already tapered. You want that nice little taper because if not, it's almost like it catches on your eye, or you can feel it in the corner, and it'll cause irritation. Check it again, see if you need to. Measure it. Now you want to have this as close as you can to the lash line. So again, make sure beforehand that if you need to trim any more, you get it off or get it trimmed before you would actually glue it on.
This seems good to me.
Okay, when you are ready to glue, you're going to take the lash off. You want to apply a thin layer of the lash adhesive to the false eyelash strip. So you're going to put that thin layer on, and this is where a lot of people mess up. They take it and immediately put it onto the lash. You want to allow it to just a few seconds to dry, to let it set. Oh, I thought you'd use this one.
Do you want me to use that one instead?
Doesn't matter. You can try both, whichever you prefer.
I'll use the other one.
Is it coming out? Use your T-pen if you need to. Want me to reopen. There you go. Very thin layer. Now some of these come in a clear, some actually come in a color too.
This is the hard part.
It is hard. You might want to have a water bottle too, and if you're using the Q-tips, like to push anything to adjust it, I would get this wet. Why? Anybody have any reason why? Just to have it wet a little bit. It'll cut down on the little fuzzy. Do you ever get fuzzy cotton on your eyelashes?
We're gonna switch
Yeah.
back to this
So
glue.
if you would have this wet down, then it's not going to, you know, give you those little fuzzies. So that way if you do need to push something in place or apply it out, it won't be so bad. Did you give up on the other one?
Yeah, it wasn't going on the lash.
Okay. Very thin layer. I need a plate or something to put this on so it doesn't stick.
Okay.
Oh.
That's not supposed to happen.
Did you get it in my hair?
We might have to edit that part.
Don't talk about it. It's so cold. Doesn't it feel good though? It feels so good. Sorry.
So you want to start with the shorter part of the lash, placing it in the inner corner of the eye toward the nose. And then you want to start
Mindy, you're good at this. I can feel
use
it.
the orange wood stick, your orange, or the wooden pusher, or the rounded edge. You could use the rounded edge of your tweezers too to adjust it. If you flip your head of your tweezers over, that part to kind of push it if you need to push it into place. There you go.
That's a good idea.
It's an excellent tool to do that, to slide it up a little bit.
Miss Skinner, why does it usually come up at the sides?
I'm sorry, what?
Why does it usually, like, not stick at the sides?
At the sides?
Yeah, but it'll stick everywhere else. Do you ask it?
I saw online that if you, when you put your eyelashes away, if you kind of like bend them,
A
and
little
keep
bit.
them, yeah,
Arc
it
a little.
helps
Mhm.
with that. Wow.
Yeah, just kind of keep it in place. Use the other end of your thing, Mindy. There you go, if you need to adjust a little bit. It takes a little while to set. Did you let it set a little bit before you applied it?
Oh, wait, yeah.
You gotta be careful, have your client not move their eye. Too
You
much
should
till
tell
you get
me.
it set in
You
place.
told me.
If your client is sensitive, again, you might want to do a small test, skin test with the glue.
Mine's
You can
real
put it
sensitive.
someplace, like even like just on the skin behind the ear, just to make sure that they're not going to have a reaction to it. Other safety precautions, you want to be careful and not use too much adhesive. You never put the adhesive on the eye. You always put it on the strip first and then put it on the eye. Why would I not want to put it on the eye?
Because you get it too much. Wow. My
Exactly.
voice.
And if you get too much, then your lashes are going to stick together.
Ow. I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
I was like, what did I do?
You could lightly apply mascara then to the tips to minimize
corner doesn't
separation
wanna go
between the
in.
false and the natural lashes.
Do I need to open it just a little bitty? I can keep it open. I'm not. Look, it's open.
The corner doesn't want to stay down.
Did you have enough glue on that
I
piece?
may have needed a little bit
Okay.
more.
It takes a little bit to work with it till you get the right
Ooh.
consistency to put it on. Key is to make sure that you have it as close as possible to the lash line. That way it's going to make it look like you've used eyeliner, you know, from the lash. And it will look
Really?
more natural. They should stay on.
Oh
to
yeah, it's
remove
not
them.
staying on.
We do have, did we not bring that bottle of lash remover out?
Wait, we're taking off my lashes?
No, I'm just going to talk
Okay.
to you about that. To remove them, you can put a little bit of the remover on a tissue, blot it on till it softens, breaks down the glue a little bit. Don't rip them off. A lot of people have the bad habit of just taking them and ripping them off.
I do that
You shouldn't do that. Why do you do that?
because it's easy.
No, it might be easy, but you're also taking your real lashes with them. And your lashes do not grow that fast.
I know they don't. If they did, they'd be like Caitlin Cowie's.
Okay, the application for the individual or the eye tabbing, it's the same thing pretty much. Whoops, put your lid back on there. Except you're just going to take the little tiny tabs. And it's also in your textbook, the eye tabbing. And it is on the individual, is the next page. Whoops. 842. And you want to start with the outer side and then work your way back. And if you notice, they have the flare, the different sizes. You have the short, the medium, and then the long. The long is what you would use on the outside, outer part of the corner of the eye, and then as you come into the inner corner, you would want the shorter lashes. And you would start like doing it like in the outer part, and then the middle, and then fill them in as needed. Putting the glue, removing with your tweezers, applying a little bit of the adhesive just on the edge, and then placing it. Okay? Questions? Okay, and again, do not use any adhesive other than what is marketed for eyelash adhesive. Okay?
Yeah, be careful when people bring